Hello and welcome to the first edition of TV broadcast Intercult Boundless.
With the project MAFI, Media Art for Inclusion.
4 project partners, AKO, ASDA, IA and GTV.
2 associated partners.
5 countries, Germany, United Kingdom, Finland, Denmark and Romania.
From the term of the June 2013 till the end of May 2014.
Sponsored by the European Union Project Culture Program. Let's welcome Anja Human
and Daria Jaranowska.
The topic of this edition and the whole project, Intercult Boundless, is migration, and the target group is young migrants.
In this edition, we have special guests.
On the right side, they are my guests, international guests from abroad, and I will go to them later, and I have to excuse you for a while, Anja.
I know, but will come to me later because I have guests as well. They are 2 artists. One of them is a painter. Most of them know her actually in Münster already. The other one is a singer, and she will perform later on as well. So I'm happy, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it too, but now, excuse me, I'm going to my guest. Let's welcome Rui Monteiro from Geltrup Television.
Thank you.
Let's welcome Rui. Yes, thank you. And then we have Yama Abdifatah, ASDA, Social Development Association. Dave Fleming, Inclusive Arts. And Arndt Selders, AKO, Bennerhaus, Burgerhaus. Arndt, you are the project leader. Can you tell us something more about that?
Well, this project is called Media Art for Inclusion. And we always wanted to make a project together with a target group of young migrants and also youth workers who are working with young migrants. And especially the project partners which are on stage with me were predestined to do such a project. And since inclusion is such an important topic nowadays in Europe, we decided to mix such a topic and project with such a target group with the conveyance of competences and with digital and artistic creativity.
Mm-hmm. How it is, because I am thinking you are 4 and then the 5th co-organizer, Youth for Media and IQ support. Is it difficult to cooperate from the different countries from abroad and to make the videos together and to came up with the idea and to realize it in the end, all in all?
Actually, all in all, no. Of course, there are sometimes some minor problems which you have, but also in other projects. But in general, it's very easy, especially with these partners, because most of the partners know each other from former projects. So it was very easy, and you have a personal contact, at least myself, to the other project managers like Dave or Rui or John Mas. So in this case, there's a big amount of trust, and so it's kind of not so hard to cooperate in such an important project. And the interesting thing is that we all work in sort of different areas, but then also with the same broad topic. So it's interesting to see what the work the others do and how they do it in comparison to the work that you do yourself in this area. So that's why I enjoy making such projects like this so-called MAFI project with using the acronym.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. So let's see maybe how it is in the other organizations. Can you forward the microphone, please, to Rui? Rui Monteiro, I have a question to you.
Yes.
Can you tell me something, just a little bit, in really summing up? What is your organization doing?
Well, Geltrup Radio and TV is, as the name says, radio and TV station in Geltrup, which is the most multicultural area in Aarhus, which is the second biggest town. there 60% of the population is with an ethnic background, and 60% around is young people with ethnic minority background. So we are covering the issues and all things about that area.
I would like to ask you personally, because you are not Danish.
I'm very Viking, sorry, I mean, what you say.
Maybe you look like, but your name is obviously not Danish.
Obviously not, but you know, I feel like Danish now, like Viking, you know, so, no, I come from Portugal, I'm still Portuguese citizen because of these crazy laws in Denmark who are very discriminating and say to get Danish citizenship, you have to pass a test with 40 questions about Danish culture, this and so on. I have no problems, I can pass it easy, but the most people, foreigners cannot, and even the Danish cannot pass it. So because of that, I still keep my Portuguese nationality.
So now you feel more Danish or more Portuguese?
No, I'm from Aarhus, you know.
Good
Aarhus is
answer.
my town, it's my place. So
How it happened that you left Portugal?
it's quite a long story, which I don't want to bore you with. We'll do it another time. But when I came to Denmark, then I was in fact a theater director, but still I am not working so much in theater now. But then I started the most multicultural TV station in Denmark. Another one we have a conglomerate of TV stations. That's why in Copenhagen they call me the Berlusconi from Aarhus.
Wow.
And I say, well, I don't go further. You
Should
know the
I be
story?
afraid
Yes. No, don't be afraid. But so working with ethnic minorities has been always our issue since 16 years.
Why Denmark? Why did you choose Denmark?
It was occasionally. Was because when I was before I was living in Germany in Köln. I studied at university in Köln, and then I went to Denmark because I work with Odin Theater from Denmark, which is a theater that next year is having 50 years of existence. So that's why I came to Denmark, and then things come after another. So it was not a Danish girl I came from.
What was the hardest moment for you as a migrant?
Hardest moment? Well, I'm a tough guy, and you can feel it many times. So for me, it's not a question of hard moments. I take it like a good Portuguese bullfight, you know? In the bullfight in Portugal, you have the man alone against the bull, and he goes to take it. I do it in the same way.
Can you tell me then how you created the video, which we will see in a second?
Well, when we speak about inclusion in arts and so on, so we have to look, and especially in Gellerup, with a lot of young people. And you know what? They are the best in Aarhus, in hip-hop and rap. So of course, that is the thing we have to take, what they do, what they are good to. And in this case, you go to see some hip-hop, and it's mixing people of different nationalities, African background, Arabic background, Danish background, whatever. And that's the reality of our youth nowadays. They are not focusing in ethnicity, in religion, and so on. They are focusing on issues and things that bind them, not separate them. And hip-hop is one of them. And then it's also filmed by two of our young people, also with ethnic background. So that's what we're going to see. So I hope you are ready to dance. Huh?
Yeah, let's see the movie created by the guys from Denmark.
Talk to them to Japan. And the IRS says they
one of the cameramen is here, is sitting there, Marwan, is participating in the workshop from MAFI.
Thank you very much. It was really great with you. Talented people, young people from Denmark, let's say from Denmark.
That's what I say. Young people with ethnic background are very talented.
Congratulations for you guys and for you, Rui, one more time. Yeah, you can stand up. You can. We can see the author of the movie. And now Finland. Jama, can you tell me something about your organization, about ASDA?
Yeah, ASDA is kind of our Social Development Association. It's kind of more multicultural association. And it mainly kind of promotes diversity in Finland. The aim is to make Finland kind of colorful place. So we involve more or less immigrants in Finland, and it's an open organization. It's not a kind of one group, owned the organization. It's kind of open. Anyone could have, any idea could have the chance to implement its idea on the organization. And it's not only for the immigrants as well. It's more like the mainstream also take part. We could say that we use the word inclusion for the mainstream because we include the mainstream in our activities. So in Finland we have kind of more opportunities that the inclusion is there in almost in every aspect of life. And this organization was established that we could fill the gap between the two cultures, and we try to almost go everywhere in Finland. We are based in Helsinki, the capital city, but we try to reach out almost everywhere. In Finland, there's kind of system. The immigrants who immigrate to Finland, they are not only allocated in the central or capital city, they are allocated almost every part of Finland. There are some places that there's no organization at all. So we give voice and chance for those guys that they can develop their ideas through our organization. So we involve almost domestically, and we try to help the youngsters that who cannot kind of succeed in schools, or they don't have that much chance for the parents to give kind of after school home study or help their homework. We provide tutoring or after school kind of courses for them to alleviate the problems for educational sector, and as well organize cultural events, involve youth action, youth exchange, this kind of. So it's established in the year 2000. And until now we are active, and we do almost 10 different projects a year, domestically here in Finland or abroad as well. Mm-hmm. We also do different cooperation projects. We try to reach out Africa, and in Asia we have 2 projects now, one in India and one in Africa and Somalia. Mm-hmm. So we are kind of a multifunctional organization.
Mm-hmm. Why you decided to cooperate with those organizations and to be in MAFI?
Actually, we all part of the network here, and we knew each other. We've been cooperating for almost 5 years now, I believe. And whenever we have an idea, we share because we are in constant communication. So if someone of us has an idea, we share. Then we see if we fit. We all want to do it together. Then we, just decided to be part of that. So this is how it started in the beginning. So it's not only this project, almost. We do similar in every idea. We have now almost 3 of us, with except of Dave. We also have another project as well. We passed with that. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of our tradition. So we have to through the network, we have to change ideas and see that, and we find partners through there.
How is it with you? Because you are not Finnish too. Like Rui is not Danish, but Portuguese Danish. And what about you?
No, actually, there are black people in southern Finland. Because not only Finnish people have black people there.
Yeah, I am saying about your surname too.
No, actually, I'm immigrated from Africa. I'm Somali originally. I came to Finland as a asylum seeker. Actually, our country in Somalia, there was a civil war broke out in Somalia in 1990. Then we had to flee. I was a political asylum seeker. I was just a young boy, just finished his high school and enrolled in university. The first and a half year, then the war broke out, so we all had to flee. Mm-hmm. Then I came to Finland for that, 1990.
Why Finland? Why?
It is kind of, I was not planning to come to Finland, even I didn't know that Finland was, you know. I had brothers who already went to Canada, and I was going to Canada actually, and accidentally I was held in Moscow airport. Then I had to stick in Russia, in Soviet Union at the time. Then I found out that, all right, if I'm about to seek political asylum close by to Finland, who's also accepting political asylum seekers, why not then? Why have to go to Canada? And I came to Finland. It's as simple as that.
Do you regret that it's Finland?
At the beginning, I was not happy to come to Finland, actually, to be honest.
Why?
Because I didn't know that much, and they spoke different language. And I had possessed English, basically, and I wanted always to go to a place there they speak English. Finland was completely different. I mean, they were barely see black people there in Finland when I got there in 1990. So I struggled even, the first year I was not happy to stay there. But I had to because it's my faith there. After a while, then I realized that I was lucky to be there, really. Then I decided to remain there and make the best of it.
How was it to learn Finnish? It's hard language.
It's hard.
Right?
Even up till now, I cannot, the youngest that I've brought here, they possess better than me because I came as early, I was almost young when I came here. And my English was quite okay. Then I had to go, study in English, everything. I didn't have the chance then. But if had I come in an early age, then I could have fluent. But I can manage actually. It's okay.
So are you Finnish now?
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet?
I haven't
we
finished
have to
yet.
wait.
No, actually, there is two ways to define that. I mean, I'm a Finnish citizen, obviously. I cannot be Finn. I'm an African origin. But I took citizen, then I'm a Finnish citizen. So it's simple as that. I've lived 23 years now, 24 years, I don't know. Then when I already lived almost 9 years, I became citizen.
Can you tell us something about the video which you produced with your
actually, the video is first we tried to do more about, we talked about the youngsters, what they want to do in the video. That's all right. Then the issue of racism was kind of hot nowadays in Finland. They have been reading articles on programs, Then I said, okay, let's do a video which we can express our views on racism in Finland. All right then. So we, according to the project, we have to train the youngsters themselves how to record a video, how to interview. So we went through kind of seminar and workshops, prepared them to material such a video. Then after that, then they actually recorded themselves. One is recording, the other one interviewing the other one. So they talked freely and expressed their view on racism.
So now I am very curious, and let's see the video then.
What is racism in Finland in 2013?
Finland is a young nation. We don't have much history with ethnic minorities. We don't have multicultural people here.
A recent report found that racist crimes in Finland increased between 2000 and 2006. The criminal code in Finland does not include a separate definition for racist violence. Instead, the Finnish legislation tried to prevent racist violence.
Racism is a personal problem. It's a personal problem of that person. It's not my problem. If he's racist, not my problem. It's his problem.
The number of suspected racist crimes has been increasing. Based on nationality and country of birth, the Russians, Turks, Somalis, Iraqis, and Iranians are facing most of the crimes with racist characteristics.
The people that want to understand will understand, end of the day, right? The ones that don't, it doesn't matter if we have 1 hour, 10 hours, 10 years. The ones that want to understand will understand, and the ones, everybody has a time to when it's their time to kind of get it and understand it. And sometimes it needs a shock. Sometimes it needs a friend. Sometimes it needs a random person who's kind enough to maybe give you a helping hand.
In recent years, police have been actively working to prevent racist violence, to counter, among others, racist comments on the internet.
It doesn't really matter whether I'm born here, I came from somewhere else, or whatever. Like, the main thing that causes people to react negatively to me is the fact that I'm different color from them, I speak different languages, my mother tongue, and I have a different religion. And especially since September 11, like, Islamophobia has escalated to new heights. It's like, worst thing to be is Muslim, which is really terrible.
It appears that if there is one single group whose situation has worsened in Finland, it is the Muslims. At the same time, racist violence against Somali citizens has decreased.
It is true. I mean, like, that whole prejudice thing kind of makes you want to be better.
Yeah.
You know, I remember when I was in school, like, even in elementary school, I had the pressure of, you know, having good grades, having good manners, a whole lot more than my white, you know, Finnish classmates and all that. I'm telling you, my elementary teacher still calls me up. She's like, you're my favorite. She's been a teacher for like 40 years, and she's like, oh, you're still my favorite. I'm like, yeah, I had to try more, you know, just to prove that you can actually do things. Yeah.
But, away from the statistics, how does this make real people feel?
Well, my family moved to Finland as refugees when I was very young. So, in a way, I had this guilt thing for moving to this country, for being here, and like I had to justify my existence on everyday level. Like I had to be really well behaved in school. I had to be really well behaved when I was crossing the street. I had to be really well behaved with other like white people, whatever. Because I felt like I was extra in this country. Like I was not supposed to be here, and people were showing very strongly they don't like me being here. So I felt like I would just have to fade away to the walls or whatever, just to make my existence as not noticeable as possible. But then I grew out of it, which is not very lucky for Finland, but lucky for me. Because like in the end, when you like read the history of racism in this country, it has really deep roots, and it's something that's not taught in schools.
Kids are kids, you know, at the end of the day. They used to have like in school, like, oh, private little tutoring lessons. Even the kid does not need that much tutoring. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're a foreigner, you need extra credit for, you know, languages and stuff like that. I mean, if I already know 3 languages coming to school, I should be a lot more smarter than regular kids, right? But still, it's a very good good motivation, actually, racism, in a way. So,
racism can be turned into a positive, but not all people are equipped to deal with this. The issue is ongoing into 2014.
Today's arguments with the far-right politicians who say that racism only came to Finland because immigrants moved to Finland and they behaved badly, and that's why Finnish people have turned racist. But yeah, racism is something that is real in the society. It's something that happens. It happens on many different levels, and the worst type of racism currently in Finland is the institutionalized racism. Like we have these deep-rooted racism that's within the system itself. So, yeah, how to combat racism in Finland? Be loud, speak against it. If you encounter racism, talk about it. Something that we do as immigrants that's really horrible is that when we face racism, we think it will go away if we're just quiet about it. We just go like, they did that, we should again. These people, they're racist. Leave it. Let's not make a fuss of it. And then we go into another situation, and then the same thing happens, and it doesn't even enter our mind that, hey, we are citizens of this nation. We have the same right as everybody else to complain about, like, you know, evil actions against us. But we don't do that, and this is something that's really big. Because the more we would complain about it, the more we'd have our rights recognized. I don't believe that anyone ever was given any rights or freedom or liberties because other people were nice. Hey, we're gonna be nice now, so here is a banana for you. No, it doesn't happen like that. You have to demand it in order to get it. Like, women fought to have voting rights. Women fought to have some sort of equal society. And we're still fighting on that front, but we still need to fight on the front when it comes to racism, when it comes to people who have ethnic minority background, or different language, or whatever.
I would like to have one more big applause. Please stand and show it to us, our guests. Just stand up, that we will see that you are here with us now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. For this part of interviews, thank you very much. We will come back later to you. But now I forward my voice and my microphone to Anja and your guests.
Yeah. As you can see, there are some paintings in the background. This is the reason why I want to introduce to you Ursula Durau with her arts. Please come aboard. Hallo und herzlich willkommen. As my guest is talking only German, I will switch a little bit in between English and German. So I will ask her in German and I will translate it for you guys later. Frau Durau, Sie haben uns, ich stelle mich mal hier hin, damit man das auch ein bisschen sehen kann, darf ich Ihnen das Mikrofon einmal in die Hand geben. Sie haben uns Stücke Ihrer Kunst mitgebracht. Können Sie uns dazu ein bisschen was erklären?
Ja, ich liebe Kunst. Als Kind wollte ich schon Malerin werden, bin aber Gärtnerin geworden, auch mit großer Begeisterung. Ich habe in Iserlohn gewohnt und da habe ich sehr viele fotografiert. Also ich hatte 4 Ausstellungen gehabt über die Stadt, wie sie sich entwickelt, und Bäume. Bäume, das war alles für mich. Nach meiner Berentnerung kam ich dann hier nach Münster, um die schöne Kunst im Museum zu sehen. Fahrradfahren, Studium im Alter habe ich 8 Semester gemacht und jetzt habe ich auch noch einen Schrebergarten.
Aber Sie sind schon seit über 40 Jahren in Deutschland, ist das richtig?
41 Jahre bin ich in Deutschland.
So, this woman is living in Germany for more than 40 years now. She was born in Poland, in Marienburg. And when she was young, she was always interested in arts, so she started off with photography, and she actually learned to be a gardener, which is, yeah, maybe taking pictures of natures and stuff like that. So she decided to come to Münster, and since she's here, she's making more art now. And she even studied in Age, and now we want to hear something about the paintings, I think. Meine Frage jetzt, womit fangen wir an? Das sind 3 Geschichten ihrer Entwicklung, würde ich das jetzt mal nennen vielleicht.
Ja.
Sie haben gesagt, altes Zuhause, neues Zuhause und der Übergang. Fangen wir vielleicht mit dem alten Zuhause an?
Ja, ich habe in dieser Stadt gelebt, auch gearbeitet in diesem Schloss als Gärtnerin. Anfangs 1973 bin ich dann nach Deutschland gekommen, nach Iserlohn. Ich habe mich immer mit Kunst befasst, aber leider, ich war berufstätig, ich hatte nicht so viel Zeit, aber ich habe verschiedene Kurse besucht und ich habe mit Ton gearbeitet und mit Glas, buntes Glas.
Aber das Herz ist beim Malen?
Ja, und hier in Münster male ich dann auch sehr viel. Ich habe schon 200 Bilder gemalt, auch abstrakt, auch in Öl, große Bilder. Und ich werde vorziehen, Bilder zu malen, Blumen, weil ich als Gärtnerin habe sehr viele Blumen im Garten, über 200 Sorten an Stauden. Ja, und die Heimat ist auch sehr interessant, die neue und die alte, und da werde ich weitermalen.
Okay, so the first piece of art is Marienburg, where she was growing up, and she actually lived in that castle, and she worked there as a gardener, which inspired her to make this painting, because she was always, as I told you guys before, she was interested in especially flowers and natures. So this is what she brought here, because it's her, so she can always look at this picture and think about her old life. This is why this piece of art is called Old Home. Then she came to Germany, and she said she even makes other pieces of art. She does pottery, statues, and oil colors, painting, but her heart is really in drawing that kind of things. So the next one, I think it's the second one, is the one on the floor. Das ist das zweite.
Das ist Ostpreußen, die Masuren. Die Masuren haben sehr viele Seen, man sagt 1000 Seen und dunkle Wälder. Also das ist eine ganz tolle Landschaft. Da kommen auch sehr viele Touristen, da befinden sich noch sehr viele Pflanzen, wo die ganze Welt man nicht mehr finden kann. Das ist sehr interessant.
Nennt man das nicht auch die dunklen Wälder?
Ja, kristalles Wasser, die dunklen Wälder. Ja. 1000 Seen.
So this second piece of art is this one down here. I hope you all can really see it properly. It's the Masuren. It's like some kind of seas. Maybe you know it. It's also called crystal seas and dark forests. Many tourists are going there to see the beautiful view, and this is what inspired her to do this piece of art. Now we come to the third one, which probably most of you can really see because it's our beautiful Münster. I like this one the most, obviously, because I know it best. What can you tell us about this one? Was können Sie uns über Münster erzählen? Was hat Sie inspiriert, dieses Bild zu malen?
Ich bin hier 2 Jahre zur Volkshochschule gegangen, malen und zeichnen zu lernen. Und dann, ich habe versucht, auch mit der Gruppe, wir saßen manchmal auf dem Bürgerstein und haben wir verschiedene Kirchen hier in Münster gemalt. Ich habe einige Bilder schon hier von Münster gemalt.
So when she came to Germany, she was inspired because she went to a course of arts. Now she, by the way, is giving courses as well, if you're interested. And she just loves the beautiful view. Münster is a beautiful city and she feels comfortable here, I guess. And this is why she made this one. So another question I have, when you came to Germany, which is more than 40 years ago, how did you feel? Did you feel comfortable right at the moment you came here, or did you need some time to get used to a new situation and new cultural diversities? Als Sie nach Münster gekommen sind damals, vor über 40 Jahren, haben Sie sich sofort wohlgefühlt oder war das für Sie irgendwie schon ein bisschen so ein Schock, alles ist anders, die Kultur ist neu?
Ich habe sehr vieles Schönes gesehen, wenn ich hier nach Deutschland gekommen bin. Hat mich auch sehr viel interessiert, aber mit der Sprache, es war sehr schlimm, weil ich nicht Deutsch sprechen konnte, aber später hatte ich das Glück, dass ich konnte Goethe-Institut besuchen und das hat mich dann gerettet.
When she came here, everything was new for her. She couldn't speak a word German at all, but she liked it very much because of the beautiful views. And then she studied a little bit. She made German courses and learned it, what I would say, quite quickly, because now you can't hear an accent, I can tell you. Yeah, and now she's even giving courses and she kept on doing her arts and she's happy with it. And she feels home now here. I have a last question. Do you think the cultural variety is an advantage for you to live? Kulturelle Unterschiede und die zu vereinen, ist das für Sie irgendwie, spiegelt sich ja auch in der Kunst wider, ist das für Sie ein Vorteil, dass man verschiedene Kulturen kennt?
Ja, natürlich, sehr. Also bin begeistert von.
Yeah, she likes it very much and she sees it actually as an advantage because you have more varieties in doing things and seeing things and just change perspectives of some things and yeah, that's it. She likes it very much and I'm happy to have her here. You have some exhibitions. Can we see something of your arts here in Münster? Irgendwelche Ausstellungen?
Ich habe es nicht verstanden.
Ausstellungen? Haben Sie Ihre Bilder irgendwo ausgestellt?
In Antoniuskirche waren meine Bilder über 2,5 Jahre. Da habe ich ausgewechselt. Und bei AWO in Wolbeck hatte ich auch eine Ausstellung, die ziemlich lange gedauert hat.
Im Moment gibt es keine? Im Moment gibt es keine?
Im Moment nein. Aber ich hoffe, dass in diesem Haus am 21. März wird dann meine Ausstellung und leider ganz herzlich alle ein zum.
She's inviting us all for another exhibition, actually in this house, in the Benno House, on the 21st of December. You're all welcome to see it. Thank you for being here. Dankeschön, dass Sie hier waren.
Of March, 21st of March.
21st of March, I'm sorry. Okay, das nicht. Danke sehr. So, I give this back to you because I don't need it right now.
Okay.
But I have another guest. She's a Serbian-Hungarian singer, and I'm really looking forward to hear what this is all about. To get to know her a little better and to see what kind of music she makes, we have a short, tiny introduction clip for you, and hopefully you like it.
Ja, mein Name ist Tünde Gajdosch. Ich bin Gesangspädagogin und Sängerin und ich lebe seit über 20 Jahren in Münster. Ich habe ungarische Wurzeln, stamme aber aus dem ehemaligen Jugoslawien. Da bin ich auch zweisprachig aufgewachsen und in Münster habe ich dann mein Aufbaustudium Gesang gemacht und unterrichte an 2 Musikschulen. Ich bin an der Musikschule des Emslandes in Meppen tätig, dort bin ich Fachbereichsleiterin für Gesang. Und in Albachten unterrichte ich auch an der Musikschule und gebe Konzerte.
des Meeres wird steht frei, duldig bei Gästen nicht. Und sehe ich, es ennuiert sich jemand hier bei mir, dann pack ich ihn ganz ungeniert und werf ihn aus zur Tür. Dann pack ich ihn ganz ungeniert und werf ihn aus zur Tür. Und fragen Sie, ich bitte, warum ich das denn tu? Warum ich das denn tu? Sie ist mal bei mir so sitte, chacun à son goût. Sie ist mal bei mir so sitte, chacun à son goût. Wenn ich mit andern sitz beim Wein und Flasch um Flasche leer, muss jeder mit mir durstig sein, sonst werde grob ich sehr. Und schenk ich Glas um Glas ich ein, will ich nicht Widerspruch. Nicht leiden mag ich, wenn sie schreien, ich will nicht hab genug. Wer mir beim Trinken nicht pariert, sich zieret wie ein Tropf, dem werfe ich ganz ungeniert die Flasche an den Kopf. Dem werfe ich ganz ungeniert die Flasche an den Kopf. Und fragen Sie, ich bitte, warum ich das denn tu? Warum ich das denn tu? Sie ist mal bei mir so sitte, chacun à son goût. Sie ist mal bei mir so sitte, chacun à son goût.
Frau Geidosch, herzlich willkommen. Darf ich Ihnen das geben? Herzlich willkommen hier bei uns. Wir freuen uns sehr, dass Sie da sind. Das war sehr schön. Wir werden auch später noch was hören. We're going to hear something else later. Ich mache das auch so wie gerade, ne? Ein bisschen in Deutsch und I switch to English later. Meine erste Frage, wie kamen Sie zur Musik?
Ich habe eine Cousine, die Kindergärtnerin geworden ist und ich war ein Versuchskaninchen. Ich habe schon mit 5, hat sie mir Schuberts Forelle beigebracht und danach habe ich gesungen, natürlich auf Ungarisch und danach habe ich im Schulchor gesungen und danach kam Gesangsunterricht und das ergab sich so.
Okay, so I asked her how she came to doing music and she started when she was really little. She has a cousin working in the kindergarten, and they were singing together, and she really liked it. So, in Hungarian, we have to say, because this is like your mother language,
yes,
your Muttersprache. And then it just grew and grew, and now she's a really good musician.
Thank you.
How long have you been in Germany for? Wie lange leben Sie schon in Deutschland?
Ich lebe über 23 Jahre in Deutschland.
For more than 23 years. How was it for you when you first came? Because you, as I know, you have been living in very different places as well, and you must have had so many impressions of different cultures and different impressions. So how was it for you to come here? Habe ich verstanden? Ja.
Ja, das war... Also ich habe hier wirklich viele Möglichkeiten gesehen. Meine Absicht war eigentlich, so eine Weiterbildung zu machen und vielleicht gucken, wie ich mit meiner Kunst hier leben könnte. Ursprünglich wollte ich gerne zurück in meine Heimat, aber durch den Krieg, Jugoslawienkrieg in meiner Heimat, war das leider nicht möglich. Also ich finde, hier gibt es viele viele positive Sachen, zum Beispiel, ich fühle mich hier sehr sicher, also so Sicherheit, Polizei und auch, ich muss mich wie in meiner Heimat um meine Stelle fürchten. Vielleicht übersetzen.
Yeah. When she first came here, it was a little bit weird for her because she wasn't planning to stay for that long actually, because she just wanted to get some further education and see how she can work as an artist, about the cultural differences which she can like combine maybe, but then she couldn't come back because of the war. So she stayed, and now she said she actually feels very safe. She doesn't have to take care, oh, am I going to lose my job, or everything is a little bit better here probably.
Was mir allerdings fehlt, ist ein bisschen mehr Sonne. Und
She's missing the sun.
Und am Anfang war ich sehr überrascht, weil also in meiner Heimat ist ja so, also hier bezeichnet man das irgendwie als macho-mäßig oder so, aber wenn man in meiner Heimat eine schöne Frau auf der Straße sah, dann hat man gepfiffen, und das habe ich am Anfang gedacht, was ist mit mir, habe ich mich so verändert? Aber mittlerweile ist das alles okay.
This is a funny story. When she first came here, because back home, she was used that when beautiful women are walking down the street, the guys are all like, yeah, flirting with her and stuff, and that's what she missed a little bit, because it wasn't like it, and she had the impression she doesn't feel pretty, but it's not true. Eine sehr schöne Frau, very beautiful person. Okay, so do you see your cultural variety as an advantage to bring it into your music? How can you combine that? Achso, Deutsch. Dadurch, dass Sie jetzt so viel erlebt haben und auch gesehen haben, so viele Unterschiede kennengelernt haben, ist das für Sie ein Vorteil, auch das in die Musik vielleicht auch mit einzubringen und damit zu arbeiten?
Also ich muss sagen, dass als Musiker, Sängerin, es gibt ja gewisse Anfragen und man muss dann auch sehr flexibel sein, dem zu entsprechen, zu verschiedenen Gelegenheiten, Konzerten, und es gibt natürlich die andere Seite, wo die Künstler dann eben ihre Wünsche oder ihre, sage ich mal, Bedürfnisse in der Musik finden, und ich habe mich in den letzten Jahren dann getraut, das auch sozusagen zu machen. Wollen Sie übersetzen?
Yeah, she said it was not really easy to do that because it's so much of a difference, but in the last couple of years she really put a lot of effort in it to combine all that stuff and to work with it as an artist and to really grow with it as well.
Also am Anfang habe ich mich immer gefragt, was für ein Programm könnte ich hier machen, damit die Menschen das gut finden.
At the beginning she was asking herself, what program can I do that the people actually like it?
Mittlerweile bin ich darauf gekommen, dass wenn ich ein Programm singe, wo ich dahinter stehe, wo mein Herzblut drin ist, dann werden die Leute das auch mögen, und so sind 2 Programme entstanden, neue. Also im März habe ich ein Programm rausgebracht, das heißt, ich habe im März 2 Programme rausgebracht. Also das eine Programm ist ein Soloprogramm, wo ich so eine breite Palette, angefangen von der Barockarie über Operette, über Chanson der 20er, 30er Jahre, Musical singe.
She has 2 more programs because she figured out when she just does what she likes, everybody likes it as well, because you see, you put your heart into it and you're having fun, so the audience is having fun as well. So now she has 2 new programs. She was just telling me about the first one. Both starts in March, you said. The one is a solo program.
Und das heißt, was mir gefällt.
And it actually, it's called What I Like.
Und das andere Programm ist ein ungarisches Programm, und das ist so entstanden, dass ich ja Kontakt zu mehreren deutsch-ungarischen Gesellschaften in Deutschland habe. Ich arbeite seit langen Jahren mit der deutsch-ungarischen Gesellschaft in Dortmund zusammen, und auch in Münster gibt es eine deutsch-ungarische Gesellschaft, und dort, die hatten in diesem Jahr 10-jähriges Jubiläum. Und dort habe ich dann ein Programm, höre ich Csárdás-Klänge, gesungen. Da sind sowohl ungarische Musikstücke zu hören, und wir haben auch mit meiner Pianistin Cizuru Amakawa auch noch jemanden, den Wolfgang Kohne, der auch Texte spricht, und das sind Texte von Siegfried Brachfeld, der auf lustige Weise dem Publikum eben die ungarische Kultur, ungarisches Leben und Art näher bringt.
Okay, the second program is she's working with the German-Hungarian Association for a while now, and they had the 10th anniversary. And how can I say that? They are working. What did you just say? Can you? Yeah, it's like she made it herself. It's like, yeah, you put all your heart in, and it's like variety of music. You said it's Hungarian music. Oh yeah, obviously. So you write them yourself as well?
No, actually not.
Okay, so you're working on the concept. Also Sie machen das Konzept und...
Ja, ich habe es ausgesucht, welche Stücke da drin sind.
Ah, okay. She chose the pieces and they are shown. And do you have a date for that? Ein Datum?
Das Programm wird wieder in Dortmund am 4. April zu sehen.
You can actually see this program in Dortmund on the 4th of April.
Ja, bei der Deutsch-Ungarischen Gesellschaft kann man sich auf die Seite klicken und da sehen Sie dann auch, wo das stattfindet.
Yeah, you can have a check on the website, the German-Hungarian Association. Yeah. Yeah. We will come to that lady later. She's going to perform another song with her beautiful woman at the piano, Shinzu Amakawa. It's not a really easy name to say. Okay, thank you for being here. We'll see you later. I'm looking forward to it. See you in a bit. You can have that, Daria.
It's okay.
So I switch back to my beautiful colleague, Daria.
Thank you very much. Now we will finally speak with Dave.
Hello.
Dave, tell me, from which organization are you? What are you doing there?
I work for the local council, City York Council, from a beautiful city in England called York, and I run the Inclusive Arts Programme for the local council.
Mm-hmm. How did you came up with the idea with those three handsome guys?
Well, we're part of the Youth Media Network, and we've worked in the past quite a lot over the last few years. I was just talking to Rui this morning, the last time we met each other, which was in Istanbul about 18 months ago. So it was an absolute honour and a privilege to keep those relationships going, those partnerships going.
How it is with migrants in UK?
Sorry?
How it is with migrants in UK?
In the UK, or would you like to know what in York? I think in York's a bit more important for us. York is a very traditional white middle class city, but we've got the largest increase of immigrants over the next 5 to 10 years. So it's a very interesting time for York itself. It's fantastic to see that York as a city is embracing that. And we've got some fantastic initiatives, like we are going to be a city of sanctuary for those who are asylum seekers. I'm involved with a network called the Human Rights Network, where we're going to set up, our ambition is to set York up as a human rights city, which I'd encourage every city in Europe to be. So we are embracing that, and it's quite a radical change for the communities in York. Lots of challenges, but it's been being involved with projects like this really helps the process.
Have you ever lived by your own in the other country for a long time?
Well, if people, you may say people in England may say I've come from a different country. I've come from a city called Birmingham, which is in the city in the centre of England, and Birmingham is a big, sprawling, second biggest city in England. But my family's originally from Ireland, so they migrated over to England in the 1950s.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say it's interesting listening to everybody about immigration, but I would say the human race, for the dawn of civilization, have migrated everywhere. So where do you start and where do you stop? We're all migrants, we're all immigrants in a certain way.
Would you like to emigrate, to be a migrant in another country maybe?
I'd love to live everywhere.
Everywhere?
I'm currently living in York. I'm quite happy to live in York. Yeah.
Okay, can you tell me something about your video, which we will see?
Yes, it's been we've been working with a local organisation called Refugee Action York, and their aims is to work with refugees living in York to kind of dispel the misconceptions and the myths around refugees. It's been a really rewarding process. a very, very slow process due down to the sensitivities around the reasons why these young people are over in York. But the nature of what we do, inclusive arts, we really, really believe in that arts has the ability to transform people's lives. So we've had an artist, a visual artist, we've had a video artist, we've had a photographer, we've had an audio artist, and we've had volunteers from a fantastic organisation called KS Media, and who have all been involved with this film. It's a very simple film. It's, everything you see there has been created by the participants from Refugee Action York. And it's just a really simple film, which I'm quite proud of. And it was literally edited about an hour ago by Liam and Emma from KS Media, which I'd like to give a round of applause to those two.
Let's
They've been absolutely fantastic.
show them
this
to
film
us.
Together.
So let's. I invite you, all of you, to see the movie of the group of Dave Fleming from UK.
You start making marks in the white page. It's kind of like jumping into the unknown. Do we have to know that? No. Not at all. It was just in that.
That's it, right? Go on.
Now listen, there are all kind of reasons why faces are hard to draw. You get it wrong, you go 1 inch out, and it looks really freaky. It looks weird. So you need to kind of keep a face. Obviously everybody's got different faces, but everybody's face kind of makes sense. The idea of just because you start with the chin, that the whole face should fall apart, that's a big shame. So I'm going to tell you, from now on, if this is the only thing you've ever learned, you can say I taught you everything. If you start with the eyes, that's all you need to do.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I like to play football and rugby.
Why?
My best friend likes to play football and rugby and going to bike park.
People act like, because I'm always with my friends, so like, I'll act like them, and they'll act like me.
Do this bit.
I like. And look at this, Ali's helping out. That's what teamwork's all about.
I like doing gymnastics and netball and basketball, and I like homework and stuff like that.
What's your favourite subject?
Geography.
Why?
I don't know, but I find it more interesting than all the other lessons because I get to learn more about the world.
So what do you like about media?
I can chat with my friends that don't really live near York and who came to my old primary school and stuff.
Just trying to get on my mouth and scooping off your...
Yeah, well, do feel free, but I'm here to help if you need anything else.
Everyone dresses differently, and I think the way you dress kind of shows who you are. If I need to buy something, then I'll buy it. I don't really have a style. Okay. Whatever attracts me.
Have you got a particular favourite item of clothing?
At the moment, jumpers.
Do you think your picture is a boy or a girl?
A girl.
And why do you think it's...
Because the eyes look like brighten up and long lashes.
Do you think this girl is sad or happy?
Well, from the lips, I think it's going to go sad.
But how can you tell?
Because it's going down.
You see, to a lot of the Turkish people, I turkey get on my Christmas plate.
Yeah, I know.
I know who does that.
There are like pretty racist people.
No. Very racist.
Proper.
One of them's even my friends.
And so the friends at your new school, are they kind of more accepting of who you are?
Yeah, they're like, if someone new comes, like, when I was new, I made friends like in 10 seconds, literally.
Would you like to speak a little bit Turkish for me? It would be quite nice.
Biz 5 kişiyiz.
What does that mean?
We're 5 people.
Your family is 5 people?
Yeah. It's mum, dad, 2 sisters and me.
Okay.
And I'm the youngest.
I was the youngest in my family as well. Get away with more things, that's what I found out.
And you get like all the presents and stuff like that. Like, I was trying to draw a normal face, but it looks more like a smile.
Mm-hmm.
So,
she's more like happy. Like the mouth goes upwards.
I was born like this.
You were born artistic.
Yeah.
Good things you practice at home.
Yeah, I practice at home as well.
Benim arkadaşım hep mutlu. And that means my friend's always happy. And he like laughs at like every single anything. See, she's laughing now. She'll laugh at like if you smile, she'll like laugh. She laughs at everything.
Benim en iyi arkadaşım çok iyi. Çok iyi anlaşıyoruz. She's really kind and she's really nice.
Brilliant. It's fantastic that you're able to speak 2 languages as well. And do you speak Turkish and English? Are there any other languages you speak?
Spanish and French.
And
German.
Wow.
German, French.
Not fluent.
Not fluent. Like the lips kind of look like girl ones and the eyes kind of they give an effect of a girl, not a boy.
My name is Rene.
How old are you?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be 15 December.
Where are you from?
It's like in Central of Africa.
Is it like hot in a place or like a
Yeah,
cold place?
Yeah, it's really, really hot.
Could you describe a little bit about what do you like about Africa?
A lot animals. There are really a lot of animals, and there's not snowing there.
How are the people like in Africa? Are they all nice or they're all really mean to each other?
No, they are really, really nice. They are really nice.
What do you miss about Africa? Like,
I miss my dog.
what language do the African people speak?
It's called Kenya-Gwanda.
Could you say hello or like a little phrase?
Oh my God.
Go on. Would you like to say a little phrase?
The question,
And what does that mean?
yeah, I'm happy for what I'm doing now.
Thank you very much, Dave, and thank you very much for your group to produce the video. And now the question to Arndt.
Yes.
Arndt, what about your migration background?
My migration background? Well, actually, I was born in Germany, but then my parents took me directly to Rwanda in Africa because my father was working there for a big broadcasting station called Deutsche Welle. But of course, I have no more remembrance of that time. And then after that, they moved to Malta for the same broadcasting station, Deutsche Welle. And there I lived for 10 years. So if somebody asks me, what's your home country? I always say it depends. You know, I have like two hearts. I'm sort of also Maltese and German, and I like switching between those two countries because they're a little bit different.
How was it there?
Malta's a great island, great weather, great people. They're a bit more easygoing, a bit more relaxed. You know, they take everything a bit more easy than here in Germany. Not everything is so perfect and styled from A to B, to C to Z. And they're very friendly, very kind. A lot of friends there. And I still go there. I try to go there every year for a vacation at least. 2 weeks, 3 weeks or something.
What about the German part of this project?
Well, we had a lot of different protagonists of which we made some portraits. One was a grandma from one of our volunteers here. She came from Spain here in the 60s. We had one of our volunteers' sister, who's from Sarajevo, which we made a portrait from.
From Iran.
From Iran, sorry. And actually, we have a portrait about a guy called Patrick from Poland, which somebody we can all see right now made, which is you. So maybe you could say something about the portrait you're going to see.
Yes, the portrait, the video which we will see in a couple of seconds is produced by me. I did it about one Polish migrant who is living here since 6 years. And he never actually wanted to come to Germany. It was his parents' decision. And now a couple of years passed, and let's see if he regrets or if he's still happy.
Ja na ojca byłem wściekły. Ja ojca po prostu nienawidziłem na początku. Bo mówię, nie dość, że go nie było przy mnie, jak byłem dzieckiem, to jeszcze mnie tu przywiózł i każe mi robić to, co on chce, nie?
Wiesz jak to jest, gdy się budzisz i nie kryje cię puch. Boli głowa z niewyspania, z głodu brzuch. I tak samo jak dzień prędzej nie masz co włożyć do ust. Czy to koniec ze mną, to ten dzień, czy to już? Codziennie rano budził się z tą samą myślą i pytał Boga.
Naprawdę wróciłem ze szkoły. Wtedy weszła do mojego pokoju mama po rozmowie właśnie telefonicznej z tatem. I mówi, Patryk, jedziemy do Niemiec. Na początku się cieszyłem, pomyślałem sobie, no super, no okej, pojedziemy na wakacje, będzie fajnie. Po prostu nie zrozumiałem tego, że jedziemy tam i nie wracamy, nie? No jak się o tym dowiedziałem, co w sumie stało się jakieś 10 minut później, ja się tak wściekłem. Ja wziąłem swój komputer na dwór, monitor, roztłukłem go, połamałem dyskorolkę, zniszczyłem swój rower, ja byłem po prostu w taki szał wpadłem. Bo w ogóle mi się to nie uśmiechało. Tak nie chciałem, tak byłem przeciw temu, no ale... Ojej, początki to były po prostu straszne. Na początku pierwszy rok w sumie był najgorszy. No, przyjechałem tutaj wyjęty ze znajomych, ze wszystkiego, z całego mojego świata. W wieku 15-16 lat, no w Polsce zaczyna się życie w takim wieku. Zaczyna się wychodzić gdzieś tu, gdzieś tam z kolegami. I oni mnie nagle wyciągli i wsadzili tu. Ani języka, ani kolegów, znajomych, wszystko nowe, nowa szkoła, nowi ludzie, nowy język. No dla mnie to było naprawdę straszne przeżycie na początku. To był, no jakoś w pierwszym roku, to było nie wiem, po 8 miesiącach tutaj w Niemczech. Stwierdziłem, że pojadę na rowerze do Polski. Obliczyłem sobie trasę. Wziąłem od taty z auta atlas samochodowy. Powiedziałem, że potrzebuję na geografię do szkoły. No i kurczę, siedziałem wieczorem, dzień przed wyjazdem moim, w domu zaplanowałem sobie trasę, spakowałem sobie walizkę i na drugi dzień zamiast po prostu do szkoły, no to wsiadłem na rower i ruszyłem. Miałem mapę, tylko patrzyłem z tego miasta do tego miasta, w mieście są szyldy, nie? No i sobie tak w sumie ujechałem w sumie jakieś 100 parę kilometrów, no i zrobił się wieczór. W sumie nie przemyślałem tego, że to była taka dość pora, no jesienna, zimowa już prawie. Wieczorem robiło się dość zimno. Plan był na początku taki, że gdzieś się tam w rowie prześpię, jakieś koce miałem, coś tam, okej. No ale kurczę, jak zaczęło padać, cały zmokłem, zmarzłem, no to już w sumie, no... Nie miało to dla mnie wtedy już sensu, żeby jechać dalej, nie? No jak ojciec po mnie przyjechał, to też było śmieszne, bo zajechał. W ogóle nawet nie wysiadł z auta, ani do mnie nie podszedł, tylko podjechał. Ja zauważyłem, że przyjechał, więc wyszedłem. Podchodzę, tato tylko otworzył szybę w aucie, wyjął rękę, w której miał 50 euro i mówi, co pieniędzy ci zabrakło, masz i jedź dalej. I on po prostu chciał dać mi pieniądze i sobie jechać z powrotem, nie? A ja mam sobie radzić, mam jechać dalej, nie? Skoro taką decyzję podjąłem. No, trochę mi się zrobiło tak przykro, trochę tam porozmawialiśmy tak poważniej. No i wróciliśmy do domu. Powiem ci, że żałowałem tej wycieczki, bo później wpadłem na lepszy pomysł, że po prostu zadzwonię sobie, podam się jako swój własny ojciec czy opiekun i zamówię sobie autobus, nie?
Nigdy nie pomyślał, że tego posłuchasz, ja nigdy bym nie pomyślał, że wpadnie ci to do ucha. Nigdy bym nie pomyślał i nigdy nie pomyślę, bo jak piszę, to piszę sercem, nie umysłem. Nikt by nigdy nie pomyślał, że tego posłuchasz, ja nigdy bym nie pomyślał, że wpadnie ci to do ucha. Nigdy bym nie pomyślał i nigdy nie pomyślę, bo jak piszę, to piszę sercem.
Tak samo czasem są też w marketach jakieś akcje, że są akcja polskie produkty, więc jest jakiś Prince Polo, jakieś coś, no to oczywiście idę i kupuję, nie? To jest taki, no tak jakby skrawek Polski tutaj dla nas, nie? No, nie wiem, nie mogę chyba powiedzieć, że żałuję, nie mogę też powiedzieć, że nie żałuję. Po prostu, no, żyję. Nie wiem też, jakby się losy potoczyły, gdybym został w Polsce, więc no, nie wiem. No, jestem teraz z Dominiką tutaj razem. Już, tak, oczywiście. W sumie nie chciałbym być z jakąś Niemką czy kimś innym. Byłem raz z Rosjanką prawie 3 lata i w sumie dziwnie się to zakończyło. Więc no, pozostałem przy kobietach z mojego kraju, że tak to ujmę.
Jego wygląd ci odznaczył takie podejście do sprawy, iskrę nadziei gaści. Liczy się to, co masz w portfelu i na sobie. Zewnętrzny wygląd, o tym myśli każdy człowiek, ale najważniejsze rzeczy w głowie dalej będzie.
Przełom był po 1,5, po 2 latach, jak otworzyłem się po prostu, żeby zacząć mówić do ludzi. Zacząć po prostu używać tego języka, bo już trochę się jednak nauczyłem przez te 1,5 roku na początku, no i w sumie już tak zaczęło to trochę inaczej wyglądać. Zacząłem się też z ojcem trochę dogadywać, no bo można tak powiedzieć, że na początku nie znałem swojego ojca, bo nigdy go przy mnie nie było, jak byłem mały. No więc w sumie w końcu nawet i przez to, że tu się znaleźliśmy wszyscy, całą rodziną, nawiązałem trochę więź z ojcem. Nikt mnie w sumie nie upokorzył, ze względu na to, że Polak, nie, to z nim nigdzie nie idziemy czy coś. No nie było czegoś takiego, nie? Z tym, że no, dużo Niemców jest takich, że on sam do ciebie nie podejdzie i nie zaprosi cię, ty, ja i kolega idziemy tam gdzieś na imprezę, na party, chodź z nami, nie? No trzeba sobie po prostu jakoś tam znaleźć drogę i jakoś się wkręcić.
Może dlatego wciąż stoję tu samotnie i może dlatego, że mam za szerokie spodnie, a może dlatego, że na życie zbyt pochopnie spoglądam z góry z najwyższej chmury, tak. Może dlatego, że w mózgu mam dziury wybite przez serce, czasem przeklęte serce w lewo, rozum w prawo, myśląc chujem pójdę prosto. Ta i wiem, że dojdę tam na 100%. Złamane serce.
Kiedy tak naprawdę się pogodziłem z tym, że tu jestem? No powiem ci, że to jest dość takie interesujące pytanie i wiąże się ono tak w sumie bardzo, bardzo z moim ojcem, bo to był w sumie taki przełomowy moment, kiedy ja pogodziłem się z ojcem, pogodziłem się też z tym, że tutaj jestem. To było jakoś 2-3 lata temu. Ja wróciłem taki no dość w stanie nietrzeźwym do domu i ojciec, widząc mnie takiego, no jak to się mówi, strzelił mi w pysk. Okulary mi poleciały gdzieś to w krzaki, bo to było jeszcze pod domem, ja wróciłem, on wychodził akurat z garażu. No więc ja naburmuszony, tato mnie uderzył jak mógł, wziąłem okulary, poszedłem spać, nie? Na drugi dzień tak trochę o tym pomyślałem i tak w sumie nie wiem, czy mi się coś przestawiło od tego strzału w twarz przez ojca, ale poszedłem do taty i naprawdę podziękowałem mu za to, że mnie uderzył i powiedziałem, że w sumie fajnie, że tu jestem, bo też jest w sumie sprawa tego, że zacząłem rozumieć to, co się dzieje w Polsce, wiesz, pisałem tam ze znajomymi, jak tam w Polsce coś ten do poprawczaka poszedł, temu się to stało, ten będzie ojcem, wiesz, sam syf się w Polsce zaczął dziać, więc w sumie byłem szczęśliwy, że tam nie jestem w samym środku tego całego, wiesz, tych całych dziwnych sytuacji, więc no wtedy zrozumiałem właśnie, że dobra, ojciec dał mi nową, lepszą przyszłość dla mnie, nie? I to był w sumie jego cel, więc podziękowałem mu za to, że nas tu przywiózł i w sumie od tego momentu z ojcem, jak z bratem, no... Powiem ci, że nie potrafię sobie tego wyobrazić. Jakim byłbym człowiekiem żyjąc teraz w Polsce. Gdybym w ogóle tutaj nie przyjechał, co by ze mnie było. Nigdy mi nie jest wstyd, że jestem Polakiem. Jestem Polakiem, jestem jaki jestem, taki się urodziłem, to jest wola boska.
Niby miałem mieć to w dupie, ale w końcu coś wyszło i teraz z tobą planuję swoją przyszłość, teraz ty jesteś jedyną, której oddam wszystko. Tak, pozdrawiam cię, Oliwko.
Thank you very much.
Very nice.
Did you like the videos of my guests?
I liked it very much. It was great fun for me to watch it. I think your groups all did a great job. Really,
One
audience,
more time,
give it up.
Thank you, Rui Monteiro.